You have 5G? You. Nice. How many of you guys pick up trash on the beach but call it treasure? Positive outlook. You watching?
Huh?
They're saying hi to you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's late. Ow, ow, ow.
Gatorade, honey?
No.
Water?
Okay, that's fine. No, just that Gatorade. I have a sip. Do we have chips?
We
Yeah.
can go. We've been here a while.
Okay. I need to.
Okay, we'll go back to the place. We'll go get snacks.
I can have that Gatorade. Honey. You're not listening to us.
All right, guys, we're gonna pack up the mobile broadcast studio. See, here's my cool trash. It's not trash, it's treasure. Because one man's trash, Mike's treasure. Here's the Ford we got. It's not trash, it's treasure. So I absolutely was not going to rent a truck. In fact, the guy's like, sorry, we don't have any cars, all we have are trucks. And I'm like, oh man, I don't want a truck. It's just me and Gracie. I don't need a 4-door truck that can carry 5 people and 2 refrigerators. But then we drove around Samui. If you guys have watched any of the videos from people that video Samui, you know that the water has easily been up to basically the top of this. Actually, it's easily up to the axle, and then a lot of times it's actually up to the top of the tires. We tried that in a motorbike. That was no fun. So we actually traded in the motorbikes for a pickup truck. And you know, I'm used to driving, like, at a minimum I'm used to driving, like, you know, a sedan. And in San Diego I was used to driving, you know, cars that were fairly sporty, arguably ridiculously overpriced and wastes of money. Waste of my Bitcoin money. No. My altcoin money. Welcome to alt season, by the way. But it handles like a cement mixer. Well, it handles like a truck. And so it's very weird because you're cruising down the road and like it feels like the suspension's really tight, but then you take a corner and you have to turn the wheel like a quarter of a turn to go like 5 degrees. It's built like a truck. And I guess Ford is only making what, trucks, right? And Mustangs. Is that? Anyway, doesn't matter. So anyway, so we had the 2 motorbikes. Gracie had a Scoopy, I had a Click, and oh, and you know, this just popped into my head like many things do. So there's transmitters up there. So we're just sitting over there and we hear this big pop, like what's that? Sadly, the transformer on the left popped. And as did the breakers down there below. Because of course, you know, they're shielded from the environment. So how in the hell could that happen? So actually, probably what happened is probably one of the breakers blew there. It does not look like the transformer exploded, although if you've been in Thailand long enough, you've seen at least one of those happen. So the 2 bikes were going to be like 1,700 baht a week, and then the truck's like, I don't know, the truck's like 5,000 a week or something like that. It's just over, you know. But here's what's crazy. So I have not driven a diesel in forever. Last diesel I drove was a diesel Mercedes, and that was years ago. My dad had one of those. And you know, it was pretty good. It was pretty smooth. It was a Mercedes, right? So we're driving this thing, and I pull up to the gas station, and the guy like waves me over. You know how they do in Thailand? So I like drive over to the thing, and I'm like, okay, you know, you look down at the dash where there's a little arrow. So I'm like, okay, the gas hole is on the left. And I'm like, all right, awesome. So we pull up, and he goes, oh, diesel? And I'm like, really? Like, honestly, driving, I cannot tell. Because it's not like I need to start, you know, turn it on, right, and wait for the glow plugs to heat up. That's how long it's been since I've driven a diesel. And I started, and I'm like, oh, it kind of sounds like a, but I'm like, it seriously sounds like a gas engine. Although now that I know it's diesel, now I'm like listening for things, and I'm like, oh, that does sound like a diesel, but super smooth, so that's cool. Doesn't smell at all. So thank you, catalytic converter. Anyway, so Gracie and I are gonna go to the restroom. It's real funny when we're in a restaurant and Gracie like looks at the woman, she's like, where's the CR? 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 And the woman's like, what? I'm like, oh, Hung Nam. You know, because I'm Thai now. And after that, we're gonna go to probably get some 7-Eleven miscellaneous stuff. Maybe get some food. That's the other tip. It's like, if you're looking at Samui on a map, we're all the way down south. And that's kind of like the southwest tip. I don't know, to give you kind of a reference. So if you were to take a map of Samui and lay it directly on top of Koh Phangan, that would be Hadrin Beach. Does that make sense? Anyway, because I don't know the name of that beach. But anyway, so this was fun, and thank you for supporting me on the rock touching. So now that this beach counts, we can call it a success. Check it off our list, take our treasure with us, and head out. So anyway, it's Mike's. Saying we hope you live in the dream. Because if you're not living the dream, boom.